In my last two videos, I created an original keto bread that isn't eggy. It isn't spongy. You can even toast it. It's fantastic. Then I made a few recipes with it. Well, today I have such a special recipe for you. I am going to make cinnamon bread based on the same recipe with a few little modifications. Can you imagine the warmth of a wonderful piece of cinnamon toast, or even just cinnamon bread? And then you can make it into French toast. You can make it into the waffles like I did in my last video. So let's get started. Hi, I'm RJ. Welcome back to Keto Over 50. Let's go. I'm so excited with this. Okay, I have 6 eggs, and no, this does not taste eggy. It's amazing. Hey, one of my viewers said that when she has a recipe, she thought this was great and didn't taste eggy. But when she does have a recipe that tastes eggy, she said she dries orange peels and stirs the eggs with them for a few minutes. And then she takes the orange peels out, of course. And she said it's just amazing that it works and gets rid of any eggy flavor. Okay, we have, I thought I'd share that. That was interesting. I will put the recipe down below in the description, and I'm going to tag, I will have the URL for the video with the original bread recipe in it that this is built off of. So just go down below in the description to find the recipe, and I'll have this recipe for this cinnamon bread right here. That is 1/4 cup of butter, or 2 ounces. Let's go ahead and give that a little whip. Butter and eggs, we're off to a great start. I have 1/2 cup of blended cottage cheese. And what this does, you know, everything is science, right? What this does is it keeps the bread really moist. And then for structure, I added 1/4 cup of blended ricotta. I haven't seen any recipes with a blended ricotta in it, but it really helped. And thank you for everyone who's subscribed recently and has commented. A lot of you, ricotta is one of those ingredients that you don't always have on hand. I wanted to show you this because you have to start buying this. This is Galbani's whole milk ricotta cheese with double cream. And it's only 2 carbs in 1/4 cup. So that's a great recipe extender for us, just to have that double cream ricotta. Ooh. Some of you said you didn't have the ricotta, so you wanted to substitute Duke's mayonnaise. And I guess it worked. I got some good feedback that it worked. The only thing is Duke's is like all the other mayonnaises. It's GMO. And we're on keto because we really want to change and improve what we're putting in our bodies. And so try and get the ricotta the next time you're at the store when you want to make this bread. Now in here I have xanthan gum, salt, baking powder, and some coconut flour. I mixed them all together, but that's what we have there. And unlike the original bread, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of allulose. Now, we might find out together that that doesn't work. I had some pound cakes that collapsed, and I think it might have been the allulose, but I'm feeling very brave and daring. I just wanted it to have a little sweetness throughout all of the bread. And I also think the little bit of coconut flour really helps and makes that better. So I don't know if you can see that. The mixture just went all over my stove. Give me a minute to clean this up. That's a little better. Last time, I think it was the powdered allulose. I just get going so fast. Things go flying. Do you ever do that? Okay, so now, oh, and I have such a very special tip at the end to make this bread. You know how I put sesame seeds on the savory bread? It's not really savory, it was neutral. But now I am going to add, we're going to add the dry ingredients. I just put most of those in, and here is a cup of super fine, like you, super fine almond flour. Whoopsie, I almost forgot. I also want to add, because I added a little allulose to this, I wanted to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract because it is going to be cinnamon bread. So we want that to be just a little bit sweet, sweeter than regular bread, I think. I don't know. And as always, you don't have to worry because I will put the recipe down below in the description with every detail and directions on how to do it. If you're enjoying the content, thank you for supporting my channel. Please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps. And subscribe and share with your keto friends. I love sharing recipes with you, and I'm really working hard to grow my channel. So thank you. Here comes the fun part. Actually, it's all fun. Okay, now I'm not going to take half, but I would say I'm taking about a third of the batter. This is robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm going to make the only way I know how to make cinnamon bread. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. I think that I might have done more like 50-50. Short of measuring it and splitting it on the scale, and the bowls aren't the same size, so I can't weigh them now. Maybe I'll take a little more out of this. I was sure I was going to drop that on the stove. Okay, now what I'm going to add, this is going to be the cinnamon swirl to the bread. Excited? You with me? And what I have here, I already measured it out. It was a 1/4 cup of brown allulose. Yes, the whole batter has a 1/4 cup of allulose in it, but this is an additional, this is for the cinnamon swirl. 1/4 cup of allulose and 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. Do you know what this is going to smell like cooking in the oven? It's going to be amazing. And I'm hoping that the extra allulose doesn't affect I'm hoping that the extra allulose doesn't affect the texture negatively, or in any way, actually. I am going to layer the 2 different batters in the pan and then swirl it a little bit. I think that will make so that every slice has plenty of regular and plenty of cinnamon. And even the regular with the vanilla extract and the extra allulose should be fabulous. Then we're going to do an egg wash and a very special topping. So stay with me. All right. I want to get a little layer on here. I think I can do 2 layers of each batter. And I think that will make for a beautiful swirl. Stay until I cut it open. Don't you love things like terrines where there are different layers and different colors? I think I mentioned it once before. I had an aunt who made a Jell-O terrine. Is that even a terrine? And it had all the flavors of Jell-O, purple and green and red and orange and yellow. And there was a white layer too that she probably put whipped cream or something else in. And it was just spectacular. I remember when she took it out of the pan, she turned it out. I couldn't wait to taste it. It was so fancy and I was hooked at that point. Now we're going to put the cinnamon layer. Well, I probably took too much batter. Now I'm glad I put some back. All right, so I'm spreading it evenly. And this is just technique. I'm not going to swirl it yet. I'm going to wait until it's all in there. And then I'm going to swirl it. So now I'm using the plain batter. And if you make the bread, you have got to try it in a waffle iron. It was funny. I'm doing 9 things at once here. I kept calling it French toast because I made it the same way I make French toast. It was a waffle, and it was just like a Belgian waffle. It was so good to just take a piece of bread and put it in the waffle iron and smother it with syrup. And I put blueberries on it. Gosh, if you haven't tried that yet, you should. It's wonderful. Okay, so I got most of that spread. Maybe I did make too much of it in cinnamon with cinnamon and the golden allulose, but we'll see. We'll all find out together. So please forgive me for experimenting on camera. I pretty much know how things are going to turn out, but there's no guarantees. Okay, so now I have a layer of regular batter and a layer of cinnamon batter and another layer of regular batter, regular keto batter, and then a top layer of cinnamon batter. And I am going to take this now, So you can see, and I'm going to swirl it, and I don't need to, I'm going all the way to the bottom of the pan. And I am just going to keep this nice and easy here with a few swirls, one down the middle. Hopefully it'll come up and have a beautiful crust, and I hope. The suspense is killing me. Okay. And I know I'm the only one who's going to eat it. So forgive my use of my fingers, and we'll see how that turns out. Okay. It's kind of looks like I frosted a cake. When I made the first batch of bread, I put a butter and egg yolk wash on it and sprinkled it with toasted sesame seeds, which I highly recommend. That was wonderful. But I have a special topping for this to kick it up a little notch. And I'm using a traditional egg wash. This is a whole egg and a tablespoon of water. And it's a little thinner, which is fine because I didn't want to destroy the layers of cinnamon batter and regular batter. So it's just a little bit here. And it's also going to hold the topping that I'm going to put on. Clue, it's not sesame seeds. It's just a very special topping that I thought would be very good on here. We'll see. Again, the suspense is killing me. Have you seen these speculoos? They are low carb. They come in a little packet with 3 cookies in them from ChocZero, and they're sugar-free. You get 3 cookies in a pack, and it's 3 carbs, 3 net carbs because of the fiber. So I thought that would be more like a traditional crumble, right? So I put 3 speculoos cookies in a little baggie, and I used my meat tenderizer, the flat side of a meat tenderizer, and I pulverized them so they'd be kind of like graham crackers that are all crumbled up. I added a tablespoon, again, the recipe will be down below. I added a tablespoon of brown allulose and a teaspoon of cinnamon. Should be pretty good, huh? And it'll add a little texture. You know, baking is all about texture and flavor. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. I love this. All right, so I've mixed it all together, hopefully, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on there. Imagine having a lovely warm piece of cinnamon bread. You don't even have to toast it. Maybe you only need 2 cookies and less of everything. Now remember, again, the recipe is down below. And if you're enjoying this, please like, subscribe, and share so you can see when I make more recipes. I am going to make a few more bread recipes. I have some great ideas. Now that I've cracked the code on how to make a great keto bread, let's go to town with it. Okay, so you can see I used almost all of it. I really don't think I could put any more on there, which I have never said before in my life. That's it. And it's going to go in the oven, and I'm going to set the timer. For the regular bread, the timer is 35 to 45 minutes. And of course, it depends on your oven. I'm going to set the timer for this at 30 minutes, just because allulose can burn more. If the top is getting too brown, I'll put some foil over it to keep it from burning, just like a pie crust. Let's see what happens. Oh, wow. Let me check it with a toothpick. It's supposed to come out clean. It's clean, yay. So it's done. This was really interesting because the last time I made it with just the sesame seeds and egg wash on top, it was done in 35 minutes. Boom. So I started looking at this at 30 minutes. I set the timer for 5 more, 5 more, 5 more. It took almost another 15 minutes. I even had a piece of foil ready to put on top of it. You know how you do that for like turkey legs or pie crust around the edges? So I didn't want it to burn, but it never did. And I think I have the cookies to thank. I'm just so excited it came out and it was high. You remember my first batch was really low. I blurred it out. Everyone's like, why did you blur it out? And I just didn't want it to be off-putting. I wanted you to hang in there until the end. Gosh, it smells good. It smells wonderful. I'm just going to let it settle and cool for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to take it out and maybe put it on a wire rack and let it finish cooling. And then I'll see you right back here in a second to slice it and do a taste test. I'm so anxious to see when I cut it where the swirls go. Hey, and you know, one of my viewers made a great comment. If you want a bigger slice, cut them at a diagonal, just like you were cutting a French baguette, right? I can't wait another minute. I am so excited to try this. I love the crumble top. And I was even thinking, even though it's a cinnamon bread loaf, I thought about, what if you put it in an 8x8 or a 9x9 inch pan? That'd be pretty cool, and just make like a real coffee cake. Maybe. I don't know which end to cut first. I think this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is fantastic. I'll have the macros down below. You cut it into 12 slices, and most of the slices will be about like this. Just a really nice slice of cinnamon bread, cinnamon keto bread. I have to tell you, the texture on this, you can see it's got body, it's got structure, ooh, it's got flavor. It's a success. It's a success. Wait, I need one more bite. I absolutely love the crumble on top. This is so much fun to have an original recipe and find all the different ways I can make it. And look at the swirl. Let me see if I can show you this. This is so good. I really hope you'll try it. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, share with your friends. I am so excited that we have this basic bread dough that I can make so many ways. Wait until you see what I make next. But this is just, this hit it out of the park. I am so excited, and I do hope you'll try it. It is really spectacular. A wonderful cinnamon bread loaf. Now that I have this great bread recipe for a wonderful texture and flavor for keto bread, I can make it so many different ways, savory and sweet. So please subscribe, like the video, and I bet you can't wait to see what I make next. I have something in mind. It's going to be super easy. You're going to love it. I'll see you next time. This is RJ for Keto Over 50. Stay beautiful and spice things up with a little cinnamon bread. Oh, this is going to be so good toasted too.